What's up guys, Brad here.
Deb here.
And what we're doing today is we're trying to figure out exactly how we want the front of our mega shed to look. So we'll bring you in closer and show you this V4 Geo-Cells that we're gonna use to keep the gravel up by the shed rather than coming down the hill. We spread it out here for the first time and it's 9 by 17 and we're trying to figure out whether we turn it sideways for 17 by 9 so that it stops right here. We've got 3 pieces. So the idea is that these stick up about 2 inches and you want them just under the gravel and they trap the gravel right here so that you don't spin your tires going in and out. And we figured this was a good solution for our slope here in the front of our shed. It's the first time you've seen it, Deb. What do you think?
I like that it has the drainage holes so water can still drain off of it, so it's not going to hold water in between the rocks. And it's super duper easy to spread out and put down. So I'm kind of curious as to the final configuration because like Brad said, we could spin it and put 3, or you could put 3 that way, or you could put 3 down, so.
That's our main 10-foot door, and on either side we have 8-foot doors. And if we turn that sideways, we'd have 17-foot wide and 9-foot long, rather than 9-foot wide and 17-foot long. We'll put a link to this product down below. We found it fascinating and thought that it would be a great solution for what we have here. Leave us a comment. What do you think? What would you do on something with about a 30-degree slope going up to where you store your equipment? Right now, this will stay muddy. We just had some rain, and the clay is actually sticking to the bottom of our shoes. And what we want is this all to be graveled so we can get the equipment in and out, and so we don't track mud in our new house whenever we build our new house. All right, we're gonna go ahead and turn it sideways and just take a look at it that way. I think I like it better that way. What do you think? Shake your head. I think we're both in agreement that's probably the way to go. We secure all the way across there with those 3 sheets. That'll keep any gravel from going towards the camera. It is gonna expose this right here. Deb, what do you think that maybe we put 2 here? Yep. And then we cut 1? We're a V4 affiliate and they gave us these to demonstrate how to use them. So we've got 3 and Deb just said, can we get a 4th? I think we can get a 4th if we write a check for it. All right, so what did you say? What are you thinking? Here, my mic's right here.
Let me talk. I'll be talking like this.
Right.
I said we've got 3 of them, and this is really the only door that equipment comes out of. So if we've got 3, 1, 2, and 1 there, because sometimes stuff will come out of there, but that's going to be a workshop area, and I don't think you're ever going to bring heavy equipment out.
I think you might be right because she loves it when I say that, especially on camera. I think she might be right, and this is all part of, you know, building a homestead is figuring stuff like this out, because I thought I had a great solution of just do it across the front, but if the equipment, the heavy equipment always goes in that door, this is still kind of slopey here, and we put 2 here, and then we put 1 over there because the 0 turn comes out. That'll be gravel. It won't get vehicle traffic that much, and even if it does need vehicle traffic, then we can wait till it's dry, right? We don't have to do it on a wet day. So I guess that's the way it's going. We're gonna put 2 here and put the other one over there. Make a nice little trench here for these railroad ties. I'm gonna dig it by hand for a little while. If I get too tired, I'll break out the excavator. I just feel like I might make more of a mess with that. I'm not trying to do anything too technical here. I'm not really worried about level. I'm just worried about following the contour of the ground and burying most of the railroad tie so there's not a big bump as we go across here from the gravel to the railroad tie over to the grass when we take the 0 turn down there to mow it. And I dug this out a couple weeks ago. I loosened it up with the teeth of the excavator, so it's only been packed by the back blade of the bucket, so it's not packed too bad. I got to thinking that I got like 10 of these to dig in, and there's no way in this heat I'd be able to last. I'd slow down, I wouldn't get it done. I'd be wore out. It's probably just better I do it this way anyway. You can see the tracks the excavator left when I came out of the shed here, and it went in there pretty deep, but down here where I had to turn, it actually slid a lot. And then the tracks are full of mud. And that's what we're trying to fix out here, is get it where any kind of weather conditions we can get our equipment in and out. Obviously you can get it out, but it tracks in all that mud, and it's just not the way we want it to be for the long term. This will just go so much quicker with so much less effort. Try not to over dig it. That's definitely something you do a lot with an excavator, is over dig. It won't take too much effort to throw some dirt back in there to level it, but rather try and get it right the first time. Use the back of my bucket here to kind of smooth the bottom of the trench. Feel like I'm already over digging it. I am. That's way too deep right there. This is really hard to judge. Deb's gonna walk by in a minute. Maybe she'll grab a shovel. This is Deb grabbing a shovel and handing it to me. Get out of here, you lazy lima bean. Got this little block here to show me how deep I need to go, and I just way overdug that. Now I got to put dirt back in the hole. That's actually not too bad. I'm going to kick up this end a little bit and throw some dirt under it, and then take the excavator and pack it in. I don't need it to be perfect, but I got a good break here where I can come off the gravel, come across here, and this won't interfere with the zero-turn tires at all.
I offered to help with the railroad ties, but he said no. They're too heavy for me. He said he pushed it too far. Now he has to straddle it to push it back. He said he hopes he doesn't get stuck. Said he pushed it too far, about 4 inches. Now he's got to push it back. Like it never happened. He might have got himself a little hung up on that little hump there to push himself up.
Not that good with the blade on the excavator, but I saved myself a little bit of shovel work. What do you think, babe? You've been gone for a little bit.
I think it's good. I think it's quick. I think what you've done in just a few minutes I've been out here was pretty impressive.
3 railroad ties in, and you know, I started with a shovel. I'm glad I switched over. I'm tired just using the excavator.
We haven't gone that long, and he's already got a pile of dirt over here. He and Precious. What a team. He's got 3 of the railroad ties buried in. Looks like he's grabbing number 4. I'm glad he's grabbing it versus manhandling it. They're heavy, and he didn't want me to help him. Seriously, this excavator has been so useful. We really had no clue when we got it how useful it would be, but it's used on so many different projects. The more he uses her, the less he uses himself. I'll admit, initially I wasn't sure where he was going with that one. Now it all makes sense. We've talked about how I really enjoy my zero turn and how that doesn't feel like work to me when I get on that machine and I just mow, and it's very pleasant to me. I enjoy it, and I think that's the same for Brad and this excavator. I think he gets on it and he just kind of gets lost in it and just really enjoys it. Oh, to heck with that one. Not using that one. It's awfully close to that shed door, pole barn door. I don't think he was a big fan of that. He wants to get Precious in since it's going to start raining. I don't think he's afraid of getting Precious wet, but if this area gets any muckier, it's really going to muck up. He's talking to me and I have no idea what he's saying. He's just talking. I wonder if I'm in trouble. Am I in trouble? Was I supposed to hear something?
Rather than cut this one, because that's hard on the chainsaw, can we just kick it? Let's see if we can just kick it over a little bit.
We're going to kick it. Okay, final plan. This is what we're going to do. By laying them that way, it leaves a little gap here. So Brad's going to take the blade of Precious and push. We're not concerned about that corner right there. He'll push to close up this gap. And then that way no gravel will escape there. Whoa, whoa, that's good. Whoa, whoa. Okay, so it creates a little bit of a corner there, but that's no big deal because the railroad ties will be dug in and it will be filled with gravel, so no big deal, right?
Yeah, ideally we want this right to here, or we want this all the way to there. but any kind of cut on a railroad tie is gonna mess up the chain. This will be good enough. It's a driveway, not a piano.
It is a driveway and not a piano. I'd like to thank all the local birds for keeping Bella on the porch where I didn't have to run around in 90-degree weather and chase her as much. See the red clay in there? That's from the pond. We repurpose everything, even dirt. Of course, dirt is almost like gold. This man loves him a shovel.
That little area right there, I was trying to use the teeth of the excavator and it was moving the railroad tie that was there. So I dig. And it's the hardest digging too, because that is some packed clay right there from the pond.
I offered to help and he says no. Well, oh. You want me to help now? Do I know what time it is? It's your Red Bull time.
It's Red Bull and snack stick time.
Okay, so in that little break time, we kind of forgot the angle.
Like the NFL, we reviewed the tape. Found out there was a foul on the field. Penalty is I got to dig this out right here because we dug it out to be at the end. And it's got to be dug out here.
Thank God the sun came out in time for digging. So we got the area dug out in just, I don't know, a minute. It's quick. Now, he's going to use the excavator to push it into place. That's probably good. Easy breezy. Just want to showcase this real quick. So the railroad tie wasn't level. So Brad used the bucket of the excavator to lift up the railroad tie.
That tooth right there is holding it level so I can shove some dirt under it and get the railroad tie level with the other one.
She digs, she pushes, she holds. Super precious.
Will it fit?
Yes, it's going to fit perfectly, as if it were planned. Look at that. Gee, thanks, precious. So now he's using the blade of the excavator to push down on the end of that railroad tie. So Bradford thinks it's a good idea to prop up this railroad tie with a sledgehammer while he digs up underneath it. Just hope the wind doesn't blow too hard.
Your railroad ties are rocking, don't come a knocking. So I got them in pretty straight. That one's got a little crook to it anyway. But here's the way our corner ended up. I got the weight of the excavator holding that down until I backfill it. And then these came out really nice, didn't they, Deb?
They did. It looks really good.
Got the full 6,000 pound weight of the excavator on the railroad tie so it won't move. I'll side sweep some of this dirt. If Bella don't watch out, I'm gonna side sweep Bella.
Alrighty, a little back blading and then she's gonna be done. Came out here today, we looked at some equipment and we were a little late getting started. Didn't know what we were gonna get done, so the fact that 5 railroad ties are sunk in is awesome. And I know that that will make Bradford feel a lot better about the progress of today. Besides changing camera angles, I try to strategically place myself where I can video progress and I can watch Bella Wella. He just about got her done. Oh, he's spinning her. Maybe he does got her done. Nope. Change of direction. It'll look really good once the guy has all the gravel in it. And look, more dirt. We do like us some dirt. Between the bucket and the blade and the tracks, seriously, this little thing can do it all.
We barely beat the rain, but we got it done. We got 5 railroad ties in, so that side of the driveway is completely done as far as bordering it. We just got a little bit to do on the other side. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please click that like button. Otherwise, until next time, take care out there. And remember, life's short
Be kind.
and tractor hard. Take care, guys.